2K Leo's been carrying Mexico, but I'm not seeing it.
I don't know, man.
I'm not seeing it anymore, man.
Yoshi's on the board. Yoshi's on the map.
He's on the map, dude.
Oh, man.
And two fellows from separate players, or from separate areas, I should say, rather, on the map. Of course, Mars here representing New England, going up against Pandarian from the other side of the country in Washington State.
Yeah.
Two guys that have not played yet before in Ultimate's history. Of course, Pandarian, we saw him earlier beat Best Ness in bracket, and that was only his second time doing it. He's now 2-3 versus Best Ness, so 2-0 run for him against a guy that originally had his number, but he's going up against a guy now that has seemingly everybody's number in this game.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Mars is like taking tournaments. He's been taking names. Definitely a tough contender for Pandarian to contend with.
I mean, you know, Mars is a guy that's won, like, you know, multiple C-tier PGR events. He's gotten second at multiple A tiers, and even in the S tiers, he's always in top 8, and you're getting a little taste of why. I mean, he just does not let up when he gets a hit.
No, definitely. Repping the Zero Suit Sim is super hard.
That's a character he's played since Brawl, too, man. I mean, he is widely familiar with what this character does, and coming back into this game, some people for some reason had doubts about what Zero Suit could do in this game, but even without her ladder combos, that mobility that she has and just how hard her aerials hit, you gotta wonder why anybody didn't see this coming from Mars.
For sure, and just like even like the edge guarding, like the offstage play that Zero Suit Samus can do is super good. Like here, you see Mars going out there every time, right?
It's so safe for him.
Right, exactly. Definitely a huge strength of Zero Suit.
Yeah, it's just a matter of the fact that he's not connecting with a lot of them because Pandarian has experimented a lot with that Ivysaur to get around edge guards just like that. But when it's back on stage, Mars has so many anti-airs at his disposal. Picks one up to get that kill too. Right.
What I noticed even from the earlier set with Pandarian is that he definitely doesn't use Charizard too much, right? Like there's definitely styles between the Pokemon trainers. Uses Squirtle to rack up damage at the lower percent, and then keeps it Ivysaur pretty much like most of the game. And then Charizard just really doesn't make too much of an appearance.
Yeah, there are a couple of distinct styles of Pokemon trainers, and Pandarian is the kind that you can see why doesn't really opt for the Charizard because Ivysaur has plenty of kill options at her disposal. It's just a matter of, do you like killing people at 30 with backdoor to back air?
Yeah.
Don't see Pandarian doing that all that much, but man, when you're sticking it with that Squirtle and with that Ivysaur, I mean, he's the kind of guy that can go up against the top players of the world. I mean, like we said, doing well against Best Ness as well, but Mars is seeming like a tough task to conquer.
Man, that was really cool how he did that combo, like pushing him all the way to the right side there with the dash, because you can't dash through. Very, very cool. Just to make sure.
There's been a lot of experimentation with that too, where people will actually run up on somebody and then react to them still holding shield and then go for the grab afterwards.
Right.
Just the on-shield game is so different in Ultimate compared to every other Smash game.
It's very cool.
You see Mars staying out of that threat zone of that Ivysaur downer. He knows how dangerous it is, how unhealthy it is to get hit by that, of course. But
so many stocks have ended that way.
And it's hard to stay out of that threat zone, too. I mean, let's be real. You can see big hitbox up and down, and Pandarian puts it onto this last stock, too.
Yeah, taking up that entire platform there. I like it.
He gave him the elevator, man.
He really did.
Going up and down the building all day. And right now, we'll see if Mars can keep up this pressure on Pandarian at the close range. Sometimes people have trouble with that against Ivysaur. Look at that. They didn't even commit to anything in the air.
Yeah, I like that. I like the long drift back that Pandarian did before he did the up B.
Oh, speaking of up Bs. Yeah. Speaking of up Bs, he connected Zaire into boost kick.
So good. The confirms from Mars. Oh my gosh.
And the fact that that's a confirm is what shocks me because honestly, people are like, oh man, Zero Suit lost her ladder combos. How does she kill?
She looks just fine.
She looks just fine to me, man.
She looks A-okay. Oh my gosh. Yeah, with the offstage play, with like the boost kick and whatnot, definitely got some juicy KOs from Mars then.
Big chillin'. And if you get the reads too, man.
Yeah.
If you can pick up those reads, I mean, Mars is the kind of guy that definitely knows what his character has in capability, but he's been a good player for such a long time that it's no wonder that with one or two reads and picking up stocks at like 80-90% that he's winning as many sets as he does.
Yeah, you can really see where these top players shine, right? Like especially in like crucial situations and making the most out of like one or two situations. I think really matters. Like when they're off stage, when they have the momentum, they just ride that throughout the entire game, and I think Mars does that really well.
He's also really good at adapting to, I think, poor situations on his part. I mean, Zero Suit's mobility helps him just sort of get himself away from those situations, right, where you get put into disadvantage, you don't like to stay there. Lylat, I think that's going to help him a lot. I know that Pandarian is probably looking to get a lot of horizontal control from Ivysaur. First, he's got to get on the ground, though.
Ooh.
I was afraid that was going to kill, man.
Yeah, I know he was at low percent, but dang, that sent him far.
You don't know what to think about Ivysaur sometimes, man. Like, oh, this is an honest character. He just got a projectile and a couple of disjoints, and then the down throw to up B killed me at 70.
Oh, no.
He got stuck on the Charizard there, and that back air oftentimes comes out from the Zero Suits when they fake out for trying to go for an extension on a ladder or something, where just her setups in general are amazing. Look at that, though, the reaction time from Pandarian.
Yeah, very, very solid, understanding that Zero Suit was coming out at him, just doing the down air, sends him to the blast zone. Super good.
Again, it's a big hitbox. It's hard for Mars to avoid, even if he's playing such a maneuverable character.
Yeah.
Why not throw it out every now and then?
Yeah, especially on a stage with Lylat where the slants are a little bit there on the sides.
Yeah, oh, and with the Squirtle out, that is absolutely going to do it. He's a light boy.
Only 93%.
Only 93% post-hit, too.
That's kind of unfortunate.
He's the second or third lightest character in the game, I believe. Third lightest character behind Puff and Pichu.
Right.
It's a struggle for Squirtle, man. That's why you see Pokemon trainers switch off him as quickly as possible. Oh my gosh, and Pandarian's trying to bring it back as quick as possible, too.
Yeah. Needs to get some momentum back on his side. Staying on the ledge there. The Razor Leaf also not even working out from the corner.
He's just not able to buy himself the stage control that he usually is able to against, a little bit chunkier characters in Zero Suit.
Mars is so good at, like, keeping the rushdown game, right? Like, he's not giving him really too much space to do, like, Razor Leafs and whatnot. He's just, like, right on top of him always.
Dude, if that was Squirtle, he'd probably be dead.
Yeah.
Oh! Again, and you know what? I think that Pandarian's calling out what Mars saw in this stage that Pandarian wanted in it, as he's barely able to stay alive, is that Pandarian doesn't have to worry about the weird ledges on Lylat, because he's got Tether.
Right.
And Mars is like, wait, I have one of those too, and Pandarian says, yeah, but I got this down air, so, like, catch it.
Yeah. Huge down air. Cannot contest him on the ledge there.
Pandarian's going to get plenty contested, though, out here now. Actually, Mars, interestingly, changing that up to a ledge trap game instead of a full-on ledge guard, and I don't blame him sitting on his last stock.
Yeah, he just wants to close out the set, man. Against a player like Pandarian, you don't want to give them anything. The range.
The wiggly whip, dude.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of range. I remember back in Smash 4, that was not a kill move. But coming from Brawl, Mars knows exactly how to use that move the way that it was originally intended. And coming back to Ultimate, it's chilling.
Yeah.
It's chilling and killing.
Yeah. Man, that looked pretty solid. Even though like Pandarian's a very, very good player in his own right. Like I saw the set actually that he played with Big D earlier, I think last week or like a couple weeks ago. With the Ice Climbers and Pokemon. That was such a fun set. So he's definitely a very, very strong Pokemon trainer. But